Welcome back to JB Sports. I'm your host, John the Burden, and today is Friday, so you know it's all about the normal sports. It's been a while. Um, had a lot of stuff to do with school, had finals, and then I was sick for a little while, so I sound a little weird. So I'm sick still a little bit, but we're almost out of it. But we are back, and today we're gonna talk about the Commanders. We're gonna talk about the Rockets. We'll talk about the NFL draft order, and we'll just get into a few things. Um, I'll get into the Commanders first. We won a game. Did we want to win that game? Probably not. But we did at the end of it. Marcus Mariota, 10 for 19, 211 yards, one touchdown. Jacory Trotsky-Merritt, 18 carries, 96 yards, one touchdown. Sorry if you hear a train. If not, oh well. But if you do, sorry. But Jacory Trotsky-Merritt was also Pepsi Rookie of the Week, which is his third time, I believe, 2 times against the Giants. Um, and did Travion Henderson deserve it a little more? Possibly, but you know what? It's a fan base vote, and guess what? He got voted for by more fans, by our fan base. So we're just a very strong fan base. If you don't know, Jay Daniels won a lot of them. One or two he probably shouldn't have won, but we got a huge fan base. So that's what the Commanders do. We have fans. We have a lot of fans who vote for this type of thing. If we're up there, which all 4 times we've been up there, I think 3 times for Jacory, 1 time for Jalen Lane, I think we've gotten every single one of them. But also props for Jalen Lane for getting that return touchdown. I forget how long it was. Yeah, it was 1 touchdown. I think it was 63 yards or something like that. Absolute beauty. Jake Moody, 3 for 3, long 46, got us 11 points with two. He missed one extra point, but I'd rather have missed the extra point when we're up by what we were. Even though we tried to sell the game, 2 late fumbles, but the Giants weren't able to capitalize on it. Jackson Dart, 20 for 36, 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack. He had a pretty okay game. A lot of mistakes. Young Ko missed 2 field goals, which if you're looking at it, that would have made the game even closer, which would have made it 29-27. And from there, it's anyone's game. And if you really think about it, near the end, if Young Ho would have been able to kick it, he probably would have won them the game because some of those distances they got stopped at, I'm pretty sure they could have kicked a field goal. But at the end of the day, Commanders do come out with a win, getting their 4th win on the season. And all I'm saying is, season did not go how we wanted it to go. A lot of mistakes that were pretty dumb. But at the end of the year, you got to think about what it could have been. It could have been good. A lot of injuries to a lot of our good players. Terry was out a lot. Jane Daniels was out a lot. He's shut down for the season now, which he's going to come back next year and be a monster. Mark my words. Debo was out at some point. Half our defense is out with season-ending injuries. Our offense has had some season-ending injuries. Larry Tunsil was out, I think, is out for this Eagles game. So it's cooked. But we do play the Eagles tomorrow. Eagles 9-5, having a down season themselves. Had in a lot of games they probably should have won, lose it. So we've seen the Eagles have a little bit of struggles, but that's what the Eagles do after a Super Bowl winning season. They have struggles, they go early, and then the next year they just come back insane. But it's looking a little different this year. For my friends' sake, I hope they're fine, because I always want my friends to have fun with their teams. But we'll see what happens. Next thing, though, you have Cowboys after that, and then Eagles again. So this last 3-game stretch, we have, I think, a way to help the Cowboys actually make the playoffs because they'll take the division lead or something like that. But that would mean the Eagles would have to lose to us, lose to the Bills, and then lose to us again, which for some reason there's a world where that happens. I don't think it is. I think the Eagles will sweep us this year. Do I want that to happen? No, because then Eagles fans will make fun of us, and then Cowboys fans will make fun of us if they sweep us. But it's just how the cookie crumbles. Marcus Mariota, we love you. You got this, buddy. But it's to a point where we want this draft pick, which we'll get into later. But we'll see what happens from now. The Commanders had some up points this season, has had some down points. I've been pretty much in let's get a good draft pick mode since I think if I'm looking at the games, really since the Seahawks game, because the Lions game after the Seahawks game, I knew we were gonna lose. Dolphins, I thought that might be our last win of the season. Then we lost that in overtime, which was okay. Broncos lost in overtime on a 2-point conversion attempt. Vikings, we got demolished by 9, and then we beat the Giants. And I think that'll be the last win of the season. I think we're going to take a 3-loss sweep, but I wouldn't be too mad at that because we'll look at the order in a little bit and see if we can change anything. Um, yeah, I don't really know. We're just waiting to see what happens. I mean, there were some great plays. Terry's looking good again. He had a good touchdown. There's a lot of drops this season too. That's something I've been thinking of. So many drops in the end zone and stuff. So it's just been a horrible season, a season that I don't want to really remember. It might be important to remember it because you never know what will happen in the draft. Maybe this draft will be very fruitful for us, but I don't know yet. But we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Um, really happy that Ja'Cory has kind of flipped the switch these last like 2 games. Mikey, I think he's the first commander with 4 or more like interceptions in a little while. So while we do kind of harper on him a little bit, harp on him, he's had some good plays this year. So hopefully next year you can bring it back. The next season's going to be a lot of this player's got to step back into the limelight as they were last year. But some guys I'm just happy with. Jalen Lane's returning. Debo's returning. Has been pretty good. He was pretty good this season. Jerry McNichols, he has some big plays and some really big moments, so I still love him. Chris Rodriguez, like him. Frankie, he's kind of switched it back a peg to being what he was last year with Dan Quinn taking over as defensive play caller because we know he was doing it before. I don't even want to mention his name. It's like the guy you don't want to talk about. Laremy Tunsil, I've actually liked this year. Hopefully he gets a good extension for money-wise for us and him. Um, Brandon Coleman, of course, disappointed in. He could have been better this year. Our rookie, Josh Connerly, has had some bad moments, has had some bad games, but he's gotten better throughout the season, so I like to see that. Jaden Daniels, I can't say I'm not happy with him. I can't say I'm happy with him. When he's been healthy and he's had a healthy team around him, he's been amazing. And he's looked good with bad players around him, but at the end of the day, being there is the best part of the game, and he has not been there with injuries. But I'm not mad at him. He's been having to put his team on his back, and that's why he's gotten hurt most of these times. So we'll see what happens next for Jane Daniels. But next year he's going to be a beast when he comes back. So Marcus Mariota, can't be mad at him. He's coming in on some big times. Um, he's he's trying to prove that he can still be a starting quarterback. So far this year, he's got 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, you know, 2 and 5, and it's it's been fun. He's actually had a lot of fun plays, in my opinion. Um, but he's also had a lot of stupid plays. If we're looking through it, Kansas City had 2 interceptions. Dallas, he had 1. Atlanta, 1. Miami, 1. Denver, 1. Minnesota, 1. Last game, he had no interceptions, so that was pretty good, but he did have 2 fumbles. So fumbling has been an issue these last 3 games, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, but right now, for the Commanders, I'm just hoping our defense can improve a little bit against the Eagles, especially because the Eagles have been a really bad offensive team this year. So hopefully they can look a little okay. And offense, just keep trying at this point. Just keep trying, and we'll see what happens next. But we'll move on to the Rockets. The Rockets, I don't know what's been going on recently. I know that Nuggets game, that was some utter bull. I'm telling you, we were screwed that game. Amen Thompson did not touch him. So that one I'm almost considering when we should be at least 17-7 right now. We're 16-8. Yesterday we lost to the Pelicans. Not happy about that. But at the end of the day, we are 5th in the West. We're below the Spurs, we're below the Lakers, below the Nuggets, and below the Thunder. We play the Nuggets, I think, tomorrow. Um, yeah, tomorrow we play the Nuggets, then we play the Kings, then we play the Clippers, then we play the Lakers. The Nuggets game and the Lakers game are some really important games, so we need to win those. Um, yeah, upset with how we've fallen. We were third. We were second at one point, so it kind of sucks to see where we are. But this Western Conference is a lot of a lot of like, it's a lot of battling because the team with the most losses comparable to the other side is the Timberwolves at 10 losses. And on the other side, the Eastern Conference, the third place team is 17-11, Celtics 15-11, 76ers 14-11, Magic 15-12. Like, there's a lot of losses really quickly once you look in their conference to ours. Like, we're fifth and we have 8 losses. The only teams above that are Pistons 21-6, which they've had an unbelievable season, and the Knicks 19-7, and then the Raptors are 17-11. They've turned it around though. They're on a 2-win streak. Knicks on a 6-win streak. Pistons on a 1-loss streak. So hopefully that can help us out a little bit. I mean, I know they're in a different conference, but they beat us earlier this season, so make us feel a little better. You know what I mean? But yeah, something's got to change. We're on a 2-loss streak. Nuggets, if it wasn't for us getting cheated out of that game, I might feel a little better, but I'm telling you, that was some stupid work there by the West. I'm telling you, we got cheated. And I will stick to that, stick to my guns with that. But we will go to ESPN real quick to look at some of just like the stats. I mean, I know that Kevin Durant's been pretty good. There are some points where like KD doesn't get the ball late, and I'm like, guys, the whole reason KD was brought here was for that specific reason. And he's been having a good season, but we need to get the ball to him more. We really do. Um, just because he's our scorer. He's averaging 25.1 right now, which is pretty good. I mean, you can't take that away from him. But the whole reason he's here is to take those last second shots, to take the shots in clutch time when we need him to, and we're not getting that to him. Early this season, it was Reed Shepard like not passing the ball, some of us not passing the ball. Then we started giving it back, and then KD's been kind of just lax about it. So we need KD to step up and start taking these shots more and more. I mean, against the Nuggets, why was Alfred Sengun the one taking the three? No offense to Alfie, he's been way better this year with it, but he's not really a 3-point shooter yet. I mean, that's really just the gist of it. I mean, if we look at 3-point shooting, 32.8 honestly is not that bad when you look at it. Amen shooting 18.4. So I'm not totally mad with it. It's better than Amen shooting, but you got people like Reed Shepard 42.8%, Torrey Eason who's out, so he can't really shoot threes right now 50.9. Aaron Holiday even 44.9. You have Kevin Durant 42%. Those guys are the ones shooting well, and you didn't get the ball to him. Alfie in his own right not shooting horrible, but I want the ball in our shooters' hands when it's time for them to shoot. But at the end of the day, the game already happened. We can't change the outcome of it, whether we got screwed or not. So we need to move on. But going back to it, Kevin Durant, 25.1. He's averaging, 4.7 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Can't be mad at that. Sengun, 23.7 points, we're going to have 9.5 rebounds, 7.2 assists, which is insane, 1.5 steals, and 1 block a game, 3.3 turnovers. Hope that can change a little bit. Amen, 17.6, 2.7 offensive rebounds, which is huge. There's a lot of offensive rebounds. I think our highest average is 4.6 by Steven Adams, which is insane. But rebound-wise, Amen's averaging 7.3, 5.2 assists, 1.3 steals, 0.5 blocks, and 2.6 assists. I think the big ones, Reed Shepard, 12.8 points. He has 3.2 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.5 steals, 0.5 blocks. But like I said, 3-point percentage is pretty good with him shooting 45.6. So he's making a little less than half his threes, which is great, especially how much he takes. But overall, I mean, I'm happy with the team. Jabari Smith, too, 15.3. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, point 0.7 steals, point 0.7 blocks, 1.5 turnovers. That's okay. But I'm really happy with the team. Our lineup's huge. We're getting rebounds. I think we're one of, if not the best rebounding team in the league. I mean, I can look at it, but I'll look at it in a little bit. But so far, like I said, we got to give Katie the ball more in those types of situations, late game where we need the ball. We need to score to win the game. Katie's that guy to do it. Sengun, he's had some moments where I know in that game where he hit the hook to put us up and then we got screwed. But if it's a three we're talking about, I want Katie taking it. No offense, Sengun. Other than that, we just got to lock in 16-8 is not. I thought we'd be a little better, maybe 18-6 in that range. We're not in any means in a bad situation. There's still a lot of season left. There's still a lot of games for other teams to lose. But we gotta change what we're doing next. So hopefully our boys can lock in, which I think they will. I think it's just tough because people keep getting injured. Katie was out those a few games, which I hope everything's going okay with the family. I know it was personal reasons, so I hope everything's okay. But they're going to lock in soon, and we're going to prove why we're one of the best teams in our division, which we're second, and then in our conference, the West. So we'll fix it up then. But for right now, we can just hope that we win some of these games against teams we're supposed to win. Because if we look at our games, like I said, Nuggets tomorrow, got to get our revenge there. The Kings, we got to beat the Kings. Clippers, we got to beat the Clippers. Lakers, we can beat the Lakers. We can out rebound them. Cavs, I mean, what are the Cavs looking like right now? They're 8 in their conference. They're 15-13, way different than last year. And I think we beat them like once or twice last year, so we can beat them. Pacers, they're not doing well. Halliburton is their engine and it's not running. Nets, we got to beat the Nets. Mavericks, we can beat the Mavericks. Suns, we beat the Suns before. We can beat them again. Trailblazers, we can beat them. We have Trailblazers twice, and the list goes on. I mean, we play the Thunder January 15th, so that might be a hard game. Then we have the Timberwolves, but we got the Pelicans again. And then we have the Spurs the 20th. We got to beat the Spurs because we lost to them before. That was rough, but we can beat any team. We really can. We can beat any team if we play like how we can, which is get all the boards, hit big shots. We got 3-point shooters. We have them. We can make these shots. So the Rockets, I'm not worried yet. I'm not hitting any panic button. I just know they need to turn it around a little bit. But we'll go into the draft order. Looking at it right now, we got number 1, the Giants, not surprised. Number 2, the Raiders. Number 3, the Titans. Number 4, the Browns. Number 5, the Jets. 6, Arizona Cardinals. And the 7th spot, the Washington Commanders. 8th spot, the New Orleans Saints. 9th spot, the Cincinnati Bengals. 10th spot, the Rams. Which is insane to me. Which, the Rams, really good game last night against the Seahawks. Came down to the wire, and the Seahawks got their revenge over the Rams. A lot of other stuff went into the game, stuff I won't talk about because it's insane. But they're rich are getting richer. I mean, look at them. The 10th pick in the draft when they're this good already. Miami Dolphins 11, Vikings 12, Chiefs 13. Haven't seen them low in so long. Dallas Cowboys 14th, Ravens 15th, Panthers 16th. Panthers have a better pick than the Ravens. Let that sink in. Lions 17th, Jets 18th, which was a trade with the Colts for Saw, so they're going to have a lot of picks. Tampa Bay Bucks. I think it's all just kind of, they're all waiting for the teams to finish. Teams without a 2026 first-round pick, of course, you have the Falcons, where they trade away to the Rams, and then the Packers trade away their first pick to the Cowboys. So we're just going to wait and see what happens for the rest of the picks because it's a lot of moving parts in the last little bit. But we got all the way to 18th right now. So the Jets have two picks, the 5th and the 18th, so maybe they can do a little trading there. You never know. But you look at some of these teams, a lot of them don't really need a quarterback pick. Like the Giants at 1, they don't need a quarterback, but also they need a lot. But some of the things you think they need, they don't really get with the first pick unless you want to pick a wide receiver. I mean, the biggest needs the NFL says is wide receiver, inside offensive lineman, corner, offensive tackle, and linebacker. Las Vegas Raiders are QB. That's the first team that could pick a QB. The two teams I think that could pick QBs is the Cardinals if they really want to. I could see them picking a QB, and then the Raiders, which you have Mendoza who just won a Heisman, so you could see him go to one of those two teams. Commanders. Now that we're 7th, I don't really think we have too much in trade, but you never know at this point. Our biggest needs are edge, wide receiver, CB, linebacker, and safety to the NFL. I'm telling you, our biggest needs are edge and CB. Edge, CB, linebacker. Wide receiver we can deal with. We've picked up some good guys. Um, Safety, we've picked up some good guys. I mean, Will Harris he's been good. Quan, he's been rough, but he's another one of those guys where I want to see him at least one more year in starting and see what happens. But edge, we only got really old guys there. I mean, Eli Drake is gonna play his first game from like since 2023 or something like that. It was something crazy. I forgot what it is, but hopefully he can be good. Maybe show a little promise. But we got a lot of old guys, a lot of guys that are injured. I mean, our best guy, Doris Armstrong, got hurt, had a season-ending injury against the Cowboys, I believe. So our best guys aren't even in here. Von Miller leading our team in sacks, I think, was 7, something like that, 7.5, 7, something like that, which great for him. I mean, he's coming and getting the sacks we thought he would, but we need someone younger than him. So edge, corner, linebacker. I would love to get a linebacker maybe at this spot. Love Bobby. He just can't move like he used to, so he can't do anything in coverage. So we don't really have a coverage linebacker. Luvu can get sneaky picks here and there, but they're mostly designed where he fakes in, comes out. Like it's nothing crazy from him. So hopefully, hopefully we can slide into maybe 6th or 5th. Maybe the Jets win a game or two. Yes, I want to lose all the last 3 games. I do want to lose them because if we get to 5th, maybe we can trade out, get more picks, get a good pick later, get another pick. I don't know. I want to trade out for more picks if we can. This draft, I mean, there's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good players. I'm about to start studying up on it, so I can do a mock draft soon. But there's a lot of confusing parts that go into it. The Commanders, we should lose these next 3. We really should to maybe get a better pick because if you look at the Jets, they have a way of keeping games close. I mean, some games have been really bad, but they've had some ways of keeping games close. Next game is the Saints. That can go either way. Patriots, and then Bills. So it's kind of cooked at the end. So maybe they could at least tie with us, and maybe they'll have more division wins. I don't think so because the Commanders have only lost 1 division game so far, which we're going to lose the next 3, hopefully. But I don't know. Maybe we can't get by them. But I mean, if you're looking at it, if you're looking at the schedules, I mean, Cardinals are 3-11. If we look at their next games, you know, you have the next week, this week actually, you literally have one of those teams that's the most hot and cold team in the league at the Falcons. So maybe Kirk Cousins comes in, balls out, takes their spot. Maybe they beat the Bengals. I don't know if they'll beat the Rams. Maybe the Rams rest their team. Maybe they'll beat them, and they'll somehow get by us. I would hope that would happen. I don't know if it will because the Eagles might rest their starters if they're guaranteed in the playoffs. I don't know yet. It's confusing, but I'm just hoping we can maybe slip one spot up to find a spot that we can trade out of for more picks. But at this point, we just have to hope that we get a little promise out of some of these young guys and we just continue to improve our team. But it's just been a very hard season to watch just because there's been games where we should have won where we lost. We got blown out a few games pretty bad. Lions game, we got blown out. The Seahawks game where we got destroyed, we should have lost by more. We got shut out by the Vikings. You know, the Cowboys beat us pretty badly. Surprised we almost beat the Broncos, but it's just been a really, really rough season for us. But next year I think we'll be back, and if not, so what? I'm a Commanders fan. I'm used to it by now, so it really comes down to what Dan Quinn and you know Adam Peters do in this off season. We got some people we need to extend. I think Larry Tunzel is looking for an extension. We should extend him. Debo, we got to extend him. He's been good for us. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. Hopefully this off season we're a little more active if we can be. Listen, Jane Daniels doesn't have a rookie. His rookie contract isn't up for 2 years, and then we'll give him a bag because he's going to deserve it by that point. I promise he's going to turn around next season. But we just got to see what happens. It's really a waiting game. The draft, we have to draft well. The drafts have been okay. We've got some good pieces out of it, but it hasn't been anything great yet except for JD. Mikey's been good. Jalen Lane's been a great returner, in my opinion. Jazon Newton has shown flashes. Josh Connolly, I think he's going to get better. There's some people here and there. But for now, I think we're going to be done with this episode. Thank you guys all for watching. I'm so glad that I'm back and I can share content with you guys. Hopefully, I maybe might do another end of year reward show for WWE with Caleb. He's been on the channel before, so maybe we can do that. But we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching this episode of JB Sports. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. And God bless you all.